Hello and welcome to this video. Finally, thanks so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I will just turn the music down because that is very loud. There we are. Thanks so much for tuning in, Jeremy, as well. And Rajit, thanks so much for tuning in as well. Hit a like if you haven't already. I really would appreciate it. I haven't set everything up yet, so apologies. I will just do that now. There we are, all done. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I really do appreciate it. I haven't got everything sorted. I'm planning on doing 2 live streams today, which is more than I usually do. I haven't done 2 for a long time. So 2 is the plan. Football fan AR, Alex, thanks so much for tuning in as well. Do West Ham versus Wolves. When is that? Is that later? I was going to do the 2 opening games, which are this one and Tottenham Hotspur versus Newcastle United, and I'll probably watch Man City versus Leicester, and then I'm not sure if I'll watch West Ham versus Wolves, to be fair. And then tomorrow we have some games as well. I might do Fulham versus Aston Villa, and then I'll probably watch Liverpool versus Arsenal on my own because I'll be quite tired. Tuesday, there may be a stream for Tottenham versus Chelsea. I would imagine there'll be quite a big audience for that one. And then Wednesday, I might just do Newcastle versus Newport, and also there is some games on at 7:45 as well. But these are all just plans and no way set in stone. And there's also some games Thursday as well. So lots to look forward to this week. Certainly a lot to look forward to this week, and it's going to be great to have so much football on, of course. So how is everybody doing? Feel free to tell me in the chat. What's my prediction for this one? I think it will be a Leeds win. I'm going to go 2-1 to Leeds. I'm not sure why I fancy Leeds, but I do fancy Leeds. But I would like both teams to have a fairly good season. I love the way that Chris Wilder plays at Sheffield United, and to see them rise from the League One all the way to the Premier League is really, really great to see. And Hereford, who I support, actually signed somebody who played for Sheffield United in League One when they got promoted, which is really weird. Leeds, of course, I have a soft spot for Leeds just because some of my friends support Leeds. So it's great to see them back in the Premier League. As you know, some of my subscribers also support Leeds, like Theo and Rich. So it's great to see them back in the league. And they're also a really, really, really exciting side to watch as well. Mark, thanks so much for tuning in. How you doing, my friend? Thanks so much for joining the stream. We are 5 subscribers away from 4,650, so hopefully we could hit that today. That'd be really, really good. My prediction's 2-1 to Wolves, and that one, and Leicester 1, Man City 2. So I'm expecting some good games. I've got my squash and everything ready. We'll go through the team lineups now for you. I am thinking about making a graphic and then having the teams and then changing scenes and having loads of different scenes. I feel like that would make it look so professional. Jay, thank you very much for tuning in. Good morning. 4-3. So you're expecting another great game. I support Arsenal. Going to be a tough one tomorrow for you. First Premier League draw yesterday. So that was West Brom versus Chelsea. What a great game that was. I could not believe it. I watched the first half, and then I went to go and get some tea. I had some chips for tea from the chip shop. And so I didn't see much of the second half. But as soon as I saw it went 3-1, I thought Chelsea are definitely getting back into this, and that's exactly what happened. The handball was strange right at the end. We will get into that. I would like to see Sheffield United win, as I would like them to stay up. Yeah, I think most people really like Sheffield United. They're a very, very nice side, and very well run, and everything's good about Sheffield United. Right, Ramsdale is in goal. They have a back three of Basham, Robinson, and Ampadu. And Stevens, who I'm a big fan of, and Baldock, who were really, really key in the promotion a couple of years ago, either side of the midfield, which is Lundstrom, Osborne, and Sander Berger. It's Berger. But in the song that I watched, it was Sander Berg. But I think it is Berger. McGoldrick and Burke are up front. Burke, a new signing, of course, from West Bromwich Albion. The team for Leeds, Chris, thanks so much for tuning in, and Callum, thanks so much for tuning in as well. Really do appreciate it. How are you doing, my friends? Meslier is in goal, a back four of Ayling, Koch, Cooper, and Dallas. Roberts, Click and Phillips are in midfield, and then Costa, Harrison and Bamford, who's had a pretty good start to the season as well. Oliver Dickinson, thanks so much for tuning in. How you doing? Kyle Hardwick, thank you so much for hitting the subscribe button. And Football Rapid, thanks so much for tuning in as well. I really do appreciate it. If we have a look at the bench, once again, there's so many British and Irish players in this side. There is only one player that is not from the British Isles, and that is Sander Berger, who is of course from Norway. So on the bench, it is all, once again, all players from the British Isles. We have John Fleck, Scottish player, and then Fodringham, who's recently been with Rangers. Phil Jagielka returning from Everton, I think that was last season. Lowe, and then they have McBurney as well, and Norwood, and Billy Sharp, who is on today's thumbnail as well. So 2-2, you're predicting Callum 2-2. That would be a very, very good game. If you haven't already checked out Football Rapid, feel free to check out his videos. That would be really great. And Chris as well does some content as well. He does some live streams as well, so feel free to go and type in on the search bar Chris Welsh to find his channel. Sheffield United 1, Leeds 2. That's what I predicted. Very, very good. I see a Leeds win. Yeah, I went for Leeds as well. 3-1 Leeds. You're expecting quite a comfortable win. I heard that fans were allowed in the stadium. Bayern Munich versus Sevilla fans were allowed in. Yes, so there's different rules for different countries. So countries like Germany have fans. I think they're allowed 6,000. I think I heard somebody say it on the telly yesterday. And sometimes they're not actually sent out because they're not allowed to go together in some cases. So just say there might be like 1 or 2 spaces to sit. And that's it. So if I went with my dad and my cousin, we'd have to sit separately, which means one of us would have to not be on their own. So in Germany, they're not doing that. In France as well is another example of fans being allowed back in the stadiums, which even though there's so little people, it really does really make a difference. So that's why. On the bench for the Leeds, it's Alioski, Caprill, Davis, that's Leaf Davis, I think, Rodrigo, Ian Poveda, Shackleton, and good God, how do I pronounce that? Sturvik? I think it's Sturvik. Yeah, I'd say Sturvik. So he is from the Netherlands. So there's a few players missing out. Please ignore the dog barking in the background. Stadium was not full. Yeah, so it's different rules, but it's all smaller capacity. Alfie. Good boy. Right, okay, so that scared me. Sorry, he's growling. There must be like somebody outside or something. So there's some players missing out. John Egan is missing out through a red card he picked up against Aston Villa in their 1-0 defeat. Simon Moore is injured, as is Lys Mousset. Players out for Leeds include Pablo Hernandez, who's very much a key player. Shaw as well, and Berardi. Rich, thanks so much for tuning in. This is my first Leeds stream in a lifetime, so it'd be good to have you in the stream. What type of dog you got? He's a Labrador Weimaraner. I might have a picture of him somewhere on my computer. Alf. If I do, it would be somewhere around here. I might not have a picture of him on my computer. No, I don't think I do. I don't think I have a picture of him. Bamford is worth around 50 million. Okay, so nobody else thinks that he is. Hang on, I'll just have to sort him. By sort him out, I mean like move him. Right, sorry about that. He's he's quiet now. I think he's just heard something outside. If fans go back and one person's just positive on track and trace, does everyone have to go and lock down? Not really, because I just changed the music accidentally. Sorry, folks. No, not really, because for several reasons. But just say at Sheffield United, for example, they could be in different sides of the stadium and things like that. So the chance of them all coming in person is very, very slim. If that makes sense. So no is the answer. I mean, I don't know. I'm not on the DMCS, but yes, I couldn't imagine. Hi Ian, thanks so much for tuning in. I haven't got BT Sport. Where can I watch Sheffield United versus Leeds live? I mean, you could stay in here if you wanted to, and feel free to do so. Alfie just wants to let us know he's in the room with you. Yeah, he does. He's asleep now, so whatever disturbed him stopped it. I've got BT Sports, but I want to be a moderator. What happened? So I haven't I have BT Sports, but I would think to watch the game on TV and watch my phone, so I do like the streams. That's really, really great. I think 2-1 or 2-0. Can I take another 4-3? I'm going grey. No, that would be really, really, really entertaining. I'm just going to put my other headphone in so I can hear what's going on in the telly. It's Michael Brown and Robbie Savage, which is very much a boring lineup. If I miss any people subscribe for whatever reason, because I have just taken out my headphone, let me know. I do have the recent events, which is now expired, which means I have to do it all over again, which is highly annoying. So just bear with me. So yeah, if you haven't already put your predictions in, let me know. It's weird how quiet it is without all the fans. Obviously, it's really, really quiet, and it's not nice. It's not nice to have the stadiums so empty. And hopefully, in the future, it will be better, and we will have fans back as soon as it is viable, or as soon as the government will allow. Which I personally think might be a while. But that's just my opinion. It's just one of those things that I think. And it's really, really, really harsh on the teams like Accrington Stanley in the league, and teams like Curzon Ashton, for example, in the non-league, that can't have fans but cannot really function without fans. So that is concerning. There we are. Got it already sorted. 3-1 Leeds says Football Rapid. 2-1 Leeds says Ian Wood. I think Sky have some really good pundits on. Gary Neville is my favourite. They also have Tony Pulis on, which is good. Tony Pulis is a different sort of person who they usually have on. Most of the pundits on Sky Sports generally are quite young, in their sort of under 50. Only Souness would break that sort of on the Super Sunday. But it's good to hear from Tony Pulis, somebody very, very experienced in the game, and does offer a different opinion to, let's say, somebody like Gary Neville, who probably want to see the game played very, very well, as Tony Pulis isn't that person, is he? And we all know. Can't believe West Brom bottled it yesterday. Yeah, I did expect them to end up not in contention really and end up drawing. As soon as I went 3-1, I was concerned. What's your prediction for Man City versus Leicester? I think it will be a City win. I'll go about 2-0 to City. I just think City will have too much, even though they are missing both Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus. I still think they've got too much. If you haven't already hit the like button, feel free to do so. We've got 40 people watching now, and subscribe, of course, if you are new. It'd be great to hit 4,650 today if we could. Chelsea were very poor in the first half. Absolutely terrible. Giving the ball away. Thiago Silva dallying on the ball as well. Really, really, really poor. And I know you are a Chelsea fan. Python, thanks so much for tuning in. Do you think England will ever win the World Cup in our lifetime? Yes, I do. I do think we will win it in our lifetime, because we've got lots of players coming in and doing very well. What we need is somebody to take us through the tournament. We are having better players, and we're having some very, very good players come in. What we need is a manager to be able to take us to the next level. Southgate isn't going to be the one to take us to the winning tournament, I don't think. So what I would like is somebody who really knows what they're doing in knockout football. So I feel like that could be the difference. What we have to consider is France is so overpowered compared to everybody else. The reason why we say don't swear on a later because Jeremy, I blocked the message, not Rich, because I don't want unnecessary swearing. I can't bear Jeremy Carragher on Sky, very annoying. He is quite annoying, but he always seems very non-biased besides Liverpool, and he I don't mind him. Like Alex says, great analysis. Rich, most kids swear. Yeah, most kids swear, but also if it picks up too much swearing, I might not get monetized for the stream, which wouldn't be very good. I don't know what happened when Lampard was manager. Was very patient. Now he's supposed to put money on who's signing. The thing is, they didn't sign anyone last season, so that allowed them to sign more players. And I feel like there's going to be a bedding situation. You know, Chelsea have looked okay. They've looked fairly average at times, and they need to be able to allow the players to bed in, and this will take a while. We are only 3 games into the season. Yeah, 3 games into the season. So, yeah, it's not really important at the moment. But if they continue dropping silly points to clubs like West Brom and going 3-0 down to a side that West Brom I feel will go down, then it's concerning. It's going to be when fans are allowed back, but I have to admit I don't watch the football because all you can hear is the players shouting for the ball. You can have effects on, but I find it really boring. I find it really it's not like how you expect. It's just noise, really. And suddenly they'll be like, and I'll be like, it's not great. Obviously, it's better than nothing, but I sometimes change between the two. Let me know, do you have the crowd noises on if you're watching the football, or do you just have it on the players making the noise, just a stadium noise is what it's called, isn't it? Meme Shush, thanks so much for tuning in, dude. How you doing? Hello, come on Leeds. Who played yesterday? So there were several games yesterday. I will go through them. So the first game up was Brighton versus Manchester United, and this finished a late penalty after full time to Manchester United. Finished 3-2, and Brighton were absolutely fantastic and definitely deserved a point, if not all 3. 3 o'clock we had Crystal Palace versus Everton, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin got his 5th goal of the season. Kouyaté equalised, and Richarlison with a very, very dubious penalty given, and Richarlison made it 2-1. The evening game was West Brom versus Chelsea. Callum Robinson scored 2, and then Kyle Bartley made it 3-0 under 30 minutes played, and in the second half, Mount Hudson-Odoi, and right at the end, Tammy Abraham equalised to make it 3-0. And then the final game was Southampton versus Burnley at Turf Moor. Danny Ings opened the scoring after 5 minutes, and that was the only goal of the game. So yeah, that is how it all finished. Has anyone different opinions on seeing too much? What do you think about Man United's getting a penalty after the final whistle was blown, even though the handball was before the whistle? So my personal opinion on it is that it is still in play, I guess, and it was probably right. And I feel like what people are missing here is, why was he putting his hand up in a 95th minute? It was totally unnecessary. I'm sure he didn't do it on purpose, but you've got to be careful in these situations. We've seen so many penalties being given for handball and so many things that we should really be very, very careful of where we put our hands. So yeah, Liverpool have that Thiago factor. Thiago looked very, very good, and definitely a signing they needed. I'm going to be so impressed with him by the end of the season, I reckon. That's what I'm saying. It's boring, so I've downloaded the Sky Sports app to check on games. Yeah, definitely. It's so weird to get used to, I would say. It's so weird to get used to. I have the crowd noise on. I usually have the crowd noise on as well. BT, you don't really get a choice. Well, you do. You can change it, but it's on the natural channel. Can't say long as I have a foot match. Football Day Talk, thanks you so much for tuning in, my friend. It's going to be a very good game. VAR is helpful and sometimes annoying. Sometimes I feel like VAR is at the wrong, but other times IFAB are now in charge of football across the world, and they're making the decisions here, not the Premier League. And the Premier League are just really following instructions. So really, the issue lies with FIFA and not really with the Premier League, because they're just implementing how they've been told to implement as the players start to come out. McGoldrick leading out Sheffield United, and it is Liam Cooper leading out Leeds United. I understand Brighton fans are not liking it, but if it was another way around, they would want the penalty. Yeah, of course they would want the penalty. Of course they would want the penalty. But I feel like sometimes people are just like, oh, you know, it's VAR and it's always VAR and it's VAR this and VAR that. But sometimes you've got to look at the rules here, and it's not. It's no means perfect. It's no means perfect, but we definitely need to look at it and see where it can be improved. Most important thing is Manchester United are under pressure already. Yeah, and I feel like people are like, oh, you know, we got the win and that's all that matters. But very, very poor from Manchester United. Very, very, very poor indeed, in my opinion. Ramsdale is in goal. Basham, Ampadu, Robinson, Baldock, Lundstrom, Berger, Osborne, Stevens, Burke and McGoldrick is your Sheffield United lineup. Fodringham, Jagielka, Lowe, Fleck, Oliver Norwood, Sharp and McBurney is the bench for Sheffield United. Leeds lineup, Meslier, Ayling, Koch, Cooper, Dallas, Phillips, Costa, Tyler Roberts, Click, Harrison and Banford is a team for Leeds. Capriel, Sturovic, and sorry, I've taken it off now. Let's have a look who the so Alioski, Davis, Rodrigo, Ian Pervader, and Jamie Shackleton is the team for Leeds. Thanks so much for everyone who has tuned in so far. If you just had an advert, very, very sorry. Where is the headquarters of VAR? So there isn't really a headquarters. I think it's IFAB who are currently in charge of it across the board. The Premier League doesn't seem to get paid enough to do VAR. Teams are now looking forward to the Manchester United game, given all players, small teams' confidence to play United is something the Mancs will regret. Yeah, they just haven't started very well. They started very slowly, but having said that, they did have the shortest break. So, yeah, I agree. Man United look under pressure, but the last few years at the start they usually win, lose, and draw for half of it. Then second half they win, and get into the top four. I mean, I think it's sort of certain here that Liverpool and Manchester City are going to be in the top two. So there's two places up for grabs. They could be for someone like Arsenal. They could be for Chelsea, or Chelsea haven't looked amazing in their opening games, and they could be for Manchester United, like we've said. They could be for maybe Everton could break in, or Leicester. Tottenham once again will be looking for those places as well. Just getting the timer up ready. So just waiting for the game to start. I think they're going to do. I don't think they've taken the knee yet. Paul Tierney is referee. They only did the whole win all their last season. In 2018-19, they basically did the opposite. Yeah, you're right. They were very poor at the end of that season. I remember they drew to Huddersfield, who had been really just put out of it by them. Here is kickoff. Just waiting for them to kick off. First half is underway. So I'm going to just add in first half. So thanks so much everyone who's decided to join for the stream. If you haven't already put in your prediction for the game, let me know. I'd love to hear how you think the game will go. People who look VAR get things wrong and right, and how can they get it wrong from the camera? It's visible to the eye. It's just, some of it's just personal. That's why they're going to be asking them to look at the monitor more. And this, looking at the monitor, allows the referee to make the decision that they want, if that makes sense. So that means the referee would have given that decision if he'd have seen it in real time, which allows us to have more of a fair, balanced game, I feel. I mean, you could disagree with me and let me know if you do. it's going to be interesting. Yeah, it should be a good game. Like I said, I'm going to be live later as well, so feel free to watch that as well. It'd be great to have you all in the stream. This will be low scoring draw. I've gone 2-1 to Leeds, as has Python Greeks. Mark has gone 3-1 to Leeds. VAR is okay. Just sometimes I feel like sometimes we go, VAR this, VAR that. But they're following decisions, and the decisions is probably what you need to look at, and not really VAR in itself. They're following the rules. The rules is what we should be looking at, not how VAR is being implemented, I feel. I mean, you could disagree and let me know in the comments if you do, and we can have a discussion about it, definitely. VAR isn't the problem, it's the refs who operate them. I mean, like I say, is it the refs who operate them, or is it how they want it to be implemented higher up by IFAB, who are in charge of the Premier League and all of Europe? It would make sense for them to be the ones to blame here, not the referees, because if they said, if he touches the hand, it's a handball, then what are you going to do? They're not going to go against it, they're just going to do it. FIFA is not that great. No, it's not. It's not. They're very poorly run, as we all know, but I was a big fan of Helder Costa. I was a big fan of having it so all the leagues are the same and we have the same across. Well, here's Bamford and he finds Ayling. Here's Ayling. Can he get it in? He crosses it back, and there is Basham to knock it away into the stands for a throw-in. But good if used right. Yeah, it is good if it's used right, but it doesn't. If it's used right, but how is it used right? If the rules are right, then it should coincide with the VAR, and the rules should coincide with each other. If there's a problem with the rules, there's going to be a problem with VAR. If there's no problems with the rules, the problems with VAR are going to be things like how long it takes, how they don't go to the monitor enough, things like that. Hope Cock won't give a pen away again. So Cock doesn't give a penalty away again. Yeah, was there 2 penalties in that game last week? And there was a penalty as well in the Liverpool game as well. VAR gets abused. They don't need to use it right. Yeah, they need to use it right, but they're not using it right, and that's why it's a problem. Kelly's at work today, if anyone was wondering. She's it's her last day until Friday, I think, and then she's working till 7 on Friday, which is quite late for her. Ayling, shot saved by Ramsdale, and Baldock will knock it away. So good shot, good start to the game for Ayling. So we have some games later as well, if we have a quick look. So there will be a stream for later, which is Tottenham versus Newcastle. That is 2 o'clock kickoff on Premier League and main event. And then there's Manchester City versus Leicester City at 4:30. And then at 7 o'clock, West Ham versus Wolves. And then Monday we have Fulham versus Aston Villa and Liverpool versus Arsenal. Liverpool versus Arsenal, I feel like will be an interesting game because Arteta has had the better of Klopp over the last few games, and that is something that doesn't really happen to Klopp very often. But they are at home, so they should be able to get the better of them, I think. Each team should be allowed 2 to 3 VARs, like in tennis. Do similar thing in cricket. They do a similar thing on cricket, and I'm not sure I'm a big fan of it, to be fair, because there could be something blatantly obvious and then you've got no reviews left. And how are they working for red cards and things? Maybe it's a good idea. Back, and it was Lundstrom who knocked it wide. So prediction for Spurs versus Newcastle. I will be streaming it, so feel free to tune in and I will tell you my prediction. I haven't really thought about it, to be fair. Why are teams playing more this season? There is much more football. I can't keep up with it. I'm not playing it more. They're just playing it in a more condensed. So that's why there feels like there's more games. But it's not actually more games. It's just a lot more condensed. I assume that is the Club World Cup taking place? Does anybody know? I feel like that shouldn't take place, but maybe it will. I'm only a second behind. So if I'll wave, all right, and I'll tell you when I get it. So here's the wave. And then I got it. That's crazy. It's crazy fast. Just watching. We've got 50 people in the chat, in the stream. Thanks so much everyone who's tuned in. They're playing it at the same time, it seems. Yeah, so some games are taking place at the same time. I think it's next week because it's just before the international break. So they don't want games on Monday. So there are a lot of games next week, and then we go into the international break. Or is it the week after? I can't remember. I think it's this week. That next week is the last, and then we have the international break. So I'm not sure how much I'll be able to go live and stuff, but there will be streams as well. Red and yellow should be left person, ref, and linesman. But what if they miss something, Nick? You can't just not have, if they miss something big and major, definitely should. Yeah, there's an international break. England have got Wales in a friendly, and I think they've got Belgium. No, Denmark. Sorry, Denmark on Wednesday the 14th. So. Yeah, so there will be some international football to look forward to, which I'm sure everyone's looking forward to. I can't stand it really. Quite like watching England, but it's not really my thing. I prefer just a normal football. If you haven't already, feel free to hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. I should get a like thing for the socials. Here we are. I should have a like now, but I've only got my social pop-ups. I think no. Yeah, no Euros. There is Euros next summer, all being well. Yes, and is this for the World Cup? No, it's for the Nations League. We'll be playing Denmark, and Wales is just a friendly. So yeah, so that's it. Sorry, my girlfriend's messaging me. Here is Sander Berger. There's space out wide if he finds McGoldrick. He does find McGoldrick. McGoldrick puts it in. And there is the keeper. Nations League null and void. No. I feel like Nations League is... I'd rather win the Nations League than not win it. It's the same as winning the FA Trophy for Hereford, or the Carabao Cup for City, or the Johnson's Paints, whatever it's called now, the England EFL Trophy. It's like, well, you want to win that if you're in the competition. That's how I look at it, unless you're just only focused on one competition, which I'm not a big fan of. So yeah, I feel like definitely we should try and go out. I would have paid 15 million for Jota. Oh well, that will make him a better player. 15. I think it's worth a lot more than 15 million. The Charity Cup. Yeah, I want to win that if I'm in it. But I don't consider it a trophy. But I want to win it if I'm in it. You should want to win every game. However, it is a rip-off. Well, I feel like Nuno knows what he's doing. If nothing else, he knows what he's doing. So he will be able to get much better out of him. Still no. If you continue to say there's a goal when there isn't, then I will have to time you out. Sam, thanks so much for tuning in. Sam Moreni, how you doing, my friend? Any streams? No, so yeah, this is just a watch along, but feel free to stay if you want. It is quite annoying when people say there's a goal when there isn't a goal. But like I say, I've got my video up and I'm literally 1 second behind. Well, about 1.5 seconds. So if there's a goal, you'll literally know straight away, give or take. Yeah, well, I'm literally watching the game live, and I wouldn't lie to my subscribers and say there's a goal. What's your score prediction? Dylan, thank you so much for tuning in, dude. Chittock. How do you pronounce your surname? My prediction was 2-1 to Leeds United. What's your prediction, dude? Thanks so much for tuning in. Alfie's now asleep after his outburst earlier. Playing in Europe next season. Sander Berge. Osborne, here is McGoldrick, but the keeper gets there first. I think Leeds will win 2-1, so same as me, Dylan. Thanks so much for tuning in. Here is Ayling. Ayling goes out wide to find Helder Costa, former Wolves player, of course. I remember seeing Ayling play, I think it was at Swindon, but I'm not sure. Or let me have a look. I definitely saw him play somewhere, and I thought he looks a very, very good player. Oh, so sorry, he was at Yeovil. So yeah, I saw him at Yeovil and then Bristol City, and I was always a really, really big fan of him. You know, it's no surprise seeing him in the Premier League. I might change my prediction, but I'm not sure. Yeah, you can change it if you want to. Feel free. The only reason you got, however, is probably part of the deal to take Jota. So yeah, so I feel like it's good. I found you from recommended streams. You like seem like a chill guy. You got yourself a new subscriber. Thank you. I'm a very chill guy. That's what a lot of people say about me. Do you know what people actually say about me, maybe? Why are you so shy? I think 3-1 or 4-2. So you're expecting, is that to Sheffield United or is that to Leeds? Both games would be great. Friend texted me, but Google had late goals. I have no more apps. I'll let you know if there's a goal to Leeds. So really, really great. Yeah, what team do you support, Dylan? Really, really big predictions in that. Really great to see some more goals, of course. So throw in to Leeds. Finney Fortnite, thank you so much for tuning in, dude. I think 4-1 Leeds. Very, very good game. Gareth Southgate was just shown on screen, the England manager. Here is Click, looking for Bamford, and it's away by Ampadu. Leeds United, very nice. I have somebody that comes on the channel sometimes called Theo. He's sometimes on my streams with me, and he's a Leeds fan as well. And Rich is a Leeds fan as well, the moderator. I would have taken Origi instead. But it'd be a similar situation for Origi, really. He wouldn't be a starter, would he? He wouldn't be getting in front of Jimenez, I don't think. Thiago and Alisson are doubt for tomorrow. Still, yeah, you're playing Arsenal. It could be tough without Alisson. Thiago should not be as big of a miss, even though he's a really, really good player. You know, you won the league last season without him. All right, thanks so much for tuning in. We are on the way to 5,000 subscribers, and I'm hoping I can hit that by the end of the year, which is going to be quite tough, I think, but hopefully I can do it. What is wrong with Ali? Really doesn't seem to want him, and it seems like he's going to. I feel like he's PSG are interested in him. His career has stalled a little bit in the last few years because he looked like he was going to go to the top. There was talk of Real Madrid, and now there isn't. I feel like PSG would be a good move for him to get away from Mourinho. I feel like that would be a good move for him. Is Bale really coming back to Spurs? Is Bale coming back to Spurs? Yes, he's already signed. Hence why he's in the thumbnail of my video. Yatima Helio, thank you so much for tuning in. How you doing? What do you think? How many cost it in a build? 20 to 30,000 seats, millions and millions of pounds. But I don't know how much it would cost because I'm not a chartered surveyor or not a chartered surveyor, an architect. But I have no idea. How comes Bale came back to Spurs? Well, Spurs probably wanted him just for a bit of a pick-up, really, after the season they've just finished. And he definitely provides that. He'll provide a lot of optimism for the coming season. And yeah, it really makes sense to bring someone like that back who's really experienced, knows the club, knows the league, and he wasn't really going to have a chance under Zidane. Yeah, he'd have wanted to come back. Of course he would. I'm not looking for any moderators at the moment, and also I'm probably going to be looking for less moderators in general because I can moderate the chat myself, unless it gets out of hand, in which case I will call upon somebody who's in the chat a lot or has been a long time subscriber or has a big YouTube channel themselves. When I say big, just the YouTube channel themselves. I'll call on them to yeah. So Thanks so much everyone who has tuned in so far. It's great to have so many of you with me. So I've been impressed with Leeds so far this season. They are conceding quite a lot of goals and scoring a lot of goals so far, and they did have that game against Hull where they lost on, I think it was penalties, in the EFL Cup sandwich between their 2 Premier League games. 3 defeats in a row for Sheffield United. It's not been the start they would have wanted at all. He has enough for Madrid. He's only on loan now, isn't he? Because he could go back, but it could well be permanent. Do you think Aston Villa will do well this season? I don't want Villa to go down because Hereford's former manager Richard O'Kelly. If you ever seen a bold bloke with a hat on with Dean Smith, that's Richard O'Kelly, who's former Hereford manager, and Dean Smith is a former Hereford player. So I would like them to stay up, but I feel like they will be in that sort of bundle again with teams struggling. But I do feel like they might be okay. I feel like Ollie Watkins is a really good signing. If you can hear a dog barking in the background, it's next door's dog there. It's always outside barking. Daniel Villaba Alga, thanks so much for tuning in. It's still 0-0, like you say. Yeah, Bale might start. Obviously, we'll have the teams at some point, so it'll be interesting to see. I still feel like he's probably isn't match fit at the moment, but I could be wrong. Sometimes I watch other people's streams to see how they got on and how many people they had in their streams. And that was Lundstrom's ball in, and no one was there. And one thing that I like is I try to talk a lot during the streams and try and really make sure there's no long pauses, if you know what I mean, because that really brings down and that's kind of boring to watch. BRB, okay, Mark, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in a minute. So I really don't like the sort of pauses, and some people have loads of pauses, so I really don't want that. John Fleck is on the bench for Sheffield United, I think. I remember Bale a few years ago when he was at Spurs. Yeah, so he was really good at Spurs. He started off his career at Southampton, and he came through at Southampton before moving to Tottenham, and he was actually meant to go on loan to, I think it was Forest, and then he ended up having a few games to Spurs and looked really good, and obviously they cancelled the loan idea. So he ended up playing lots, and then in the next few seasons became very good and ended up leaving for a world record transfer to Real Madrid. So it's interesting that he was almost going to go out on loan. So she said to turn the music down a little bit, so that's what I will do. Oh, here we go. Alright, is the music okay there, or is it too loud? Let me know. Or too quiet. How come did he move to Madrid? Because Madrid is one of the biggest clubs in the world. Yeah, Madrid is one of the biggest clubs in the world, and Tottenham aren't. He was going to win trophies and things like that, so it makes total sense. So yeah, it made sense for him to move on. I feel like if most of us in the chat would, if they were playing at Tottenham and then got the chance to, because remember he's not like a Tottenham fan or anything. He's from Wales and spent his academy days at Tottenham. So he wasn't at Southampton, so he wasn't a Tottenham fan or anything. So it makes perfect sense to go to the biggest club in the world from Tottenham Hotspur, and he did fairly well in his first few seasons and things, and then things eventually died down a little bit. But yes, it makes sense for him to move. I feel like most of us would do that. Ethan, thank you for tuning in. Ethan Ledger, Leeds 2, Sheffield 1. That's what I went for as well. We've just hit 4,650. Thank you so much, everyone who's hit the subscribe button. Really do appreciate it. 89,000 a day Bale gets. Yeah, that's probably before tax though, isn't it? I mean, I'd like 89,000 a year. 89,000 over a couple of years would do me fine as well. But their careers are a lot shorter. Which is obviously not any sort of excuse for how much they earn, but there. And also, as well as that, they are the best of the best, really. You know, he would have gone there for a pay rise, no doubt about it. But if you get paid the same, if you were being paid, I can't. So you were being paid 80,000 a week at. You were being paid 80,000 a week at Chelsea, and then Barcelona offered you a contract, but it was 80,000 a week as well. Would you stay at Chelsea or would you go to Barcelona? Most people will go to Barcelona, even if it was the same money. So I feel like money isn't a massive impact. Obviously, he'd be getting paid a lot more. Osborne crossed it in, and Ayling gets it away. Sorry, Harrison. Both have the same haircut. Burger. My prediction is 1-0 to Leeds. So you're expecting not many goals. Lundstrom with a shot and blocked by the Leeds player. I think it was Koch. So 3 days is taxed. That's still a lot. Yeah, it's still a lot, but it's, you know, in the scheme of things, they get paid quite a lot in Spain. I think Messi's on the most, but I could be wrong. And of course, some of these people have like sponsorships and things like that, and they get paid for their Instagram posts and things like that. So they're earning money elsewhere as well. Either way, it's not worth thinking about because we'll never earn that sort of money. Basham. Yeah, everyone would choose Barcelona. Who is the most richest player? I have no idea. I think the richest player is some prince from Thailand who's in the Leicester Academy. So yeah, I think he's the richest player. Weirdly. I could be wrong. No, I could be wrong. I'll look it up for you. I think it's Ronaldo, but I could be wrong. Cristiano Ronaldo is the answer, apparently. Dave Whelan is number 4. Because Dave Whelan, who was the owner of Wigan, owns JD? Yeah, he owns DW Sports, not JD Sports. Mary, thanks so much for tuning in. How you doing? Let's go Leeds. But yeah, it looks like Ronaldo, which isn't too surprising because he'd have like the money from Juventus, of course, and then he'd have loads of sponsors and Instagram and all that kind of stuff, which allows him to earn a lot more money. JW Sports, I never heard of it. DW Sports. It was JJB Sports. You might have heard of it then. It's quite about 10 years ago. It changed to DW Sports, I think. So yeah, it used to have like sell loads of clothes like Sports Direct. And then I think DW Sports now still does that, but also it's like gyms as well. No, I think there's one in Kidderminster, but I'm not sure where there's any. There might be one where I live, but I have no idea. Free kick to Leeds. So Koch is up there, as is Cooper. Bamford is also up there. He's quite tall. Has it been a good game? It's been fairly even, to be fair. Ball comes in for Phillips, and there is Bamford, and it is headed over. Chance for Bamford there, whose career hasn't been too bad since he joined the Premier League. So it's like JD. Yeah, except for has gyms. I'm not sure really. It was like JD Sports when it was a shop. And then now I think they do gyms. I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up. I typed in DW. Okay, so there is. Okay, so now it's a gym now. So maybe they don't have shops anymore. It's just gyms. DW Fitness First, it's called. JD grew bigger and bigger. Yeah, me and my girlfriend go in there quite a lot to look at trainers. So those I don't know. I'm really funny about new things. So every time you need trainers, I try to get the same trainers that I had before, and I literally on a hunt for. Here is Click, and his shot is blocked. Takes the deflection rather, and there is Ramsdale. And I ended up finding eventually the same trainers that I have. So now I have 2 pairs of trainers that look the same. However, one are old and with a hole in, the other are new. Funny enough, I've just lost out to Leeds in the title race on Football Manager. They won a league at Old Trafford. God, that would go down well with the Old Trafford faithful, wouldn't it? Bamford is a really nice guy. I got to meet him one day. He got the time of day for everyone. I seem to remember, was that at the car park? Yeah, so, I mean, Sports Direct is owned by Mike Ashley, and they have something called 0-hour contract, which you might be aware of, and they're not very good. Somebody I know is on the 0 hours contract, and it's not very nice. Really not a nice thing to be on. Lundstrom to take this free kick, and it comes, and it's headed on by Robinson, but it is out for a goal kick. Here is Cock to Cooper. I hope I don't get like thingamajiggy. Get demonetized for constantly saying that bloke's name. Click. And here is Phillips to Ayling to Cooper, who goes back to the goalkeeper. Cock, and he's... Did that ball go out of play? Nothing said. Harrison keeps it in. Who do you want to win? I went for Leeds to win 2-1, but I don't mind who wins. I like both teams to stay up. This game would be so much better with fans. Once again, I feel like every Leeds game is better with fans, obviously. But, yeah, Ayling's were a really good run and loses the ball to Stevens. Here is Osborne. Osborne puts the ball in. McGoldrick, and it's chance. Lundstrom. Excellent save. Meslier with a save for Leeds. What a save. Really good save. So I have Nike shoes, Python. I don't know what they're called, but I have Nike shoes. They pronounce it like that on the TV, so I assume they're right. Even though there's somebody and they pronounced it wrong. Mr. Tunke. Who will win? I've gone 2-1 to Leeds in my prediction. Nike's popular. Yeah, I just want ones that, once I get a pair, because I had a Puma pair that were really similar and I really liked them. So these ones, because my Puma ones got discontinued. Corner comes in and headed wide there. I think that's Robinson. Yeah, headed wide. Do you do YouTube full time? No, because I only have 4,650 subscribers. I used to Reebok Classic Black, cute. The thing is, once you find a nice pair of trainers, you don't really want to change them unless you're like really into trainers. No, I work in a supermarket, and then I work in a supermarket and then just do YouTube when I can. No, I don't wear anything like Timber lads. I just wear trainers. I have like one pair of smart shoes and I have one pair of work shoes and then all the rest of the trainers. And I'm not a really big fan of wearing any of those. Phillips, who had a call up to England recently. Here is Liam Cooper. Ayling. Click to Phillips. Out wide to Harrison, who scored that great goal at Anfield. In it comes. And Bamford! Oh, just over the bar. Good chance for Bamford. Well, he was pretty far out with the header, but really good chance. It's like American or English. I think it's American. I mean, I assume it's American because it's like a massive company. Nike Incorporated. Yes, it would be American. American. Yes. It's founded in 1964 as Blue Ribbon Sports. No, no. No, I can't imagine it's... no, definitely not definitely not English. Yeah, Blue Ribbon Sports. Never knew that. Some people collect trainers, crazy prices, some go for... Yeah, some people do collect trainers. I don't really, I don't really think about it. I just put on what I like, and I don't really care how much it costs. So that's what I do. Here is Ampadu. Basham. Adidas is English, I think. I'll have a look. Basham's ball in, and Meslier has the ball. I need to get an Adidas mask. They seem all the rage. Adidas is German. Headquarters are in Germany. Yeah, so not English. So Burke started. I'm surprised that surprised that he signed. Yeah, German. I never knew that. Here is Cooper. Gosh. Ailing. I just assumed it was American. But never knew that. Learn something new every day. Here's Phillips. Gets the better of McGoldrick. Phillips out wide looking for Click, but Basham will probably see this out. And is he fouled? I know. So he knocked into him. Basham went down and handled the ball. And he's given a free kick to Leeds for handball.
Sorry, I missed that. Could you say it again, please?
Hey Siri, nothing to him. Oh, it's won't let me read it. I don't know what Siri wants. If you are enjoying the video, feel free to hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. We've had 24 likes. And feel free to subscribe as well if you are new. And get involved in the chat. So it is a free kick to Leeds. And it comes. And nobody there. Quite poor. There's nobody really there. Australian Siri. Yeah, I have Australian Siri. I'm not sure why. My girlfriend just has a British man. But I have Australian. Spurs 1, Newcastle 2. I don't know why. I think it would be I think an upset. Interesting. It'd be interesting to see the team lineups for that game. I'm looking forward to seeing whether they play. So Everton and Brighton is on at 3 o'clock. So we will have a look at the games next week. Oliver Burke shot is blocked by Cooper. He's won the ball back. He's on the ground. And here's McGoldrick who knocks it well over. So next week, Chelsea versus Crystal Palace, I will definitely stream. And then Everton versus Brighton is on at 3. Leeds versus Manchester City is the 5:30 game. And Newcastle versus Burnley is the 8 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. And then Sunday, Leicester versus West Ham and Southampton versus West Brom will both kick off at 12. Arsenal versus Sheffield United and Wolves versus Fulham kicks off at 2. 4:30 we find Manchester United versus Tottenham Hotspur, which is probably game of the weekend. And then Aston Villa versus Liverpool is the late game kicking off at 7:15. So some interesting games to go next week. Nika's the Greek goddess of victory. I did not know that. There's so many because Hermes is the Greek the messenger. Is it Greek messenger? I feel like I'm a little bit out of my depth here, but I'm pretty sure he's a Greek messenger, and that's why Hermes or Hermes or whatever you call it, the delivery company, are called that. Liverpool versus Arsenal is going to be interesting as well. Yes, that's Monday evening. I'm going to be looking forward to watching that one. Everton versus Liverpool in 3 weeks. I feel like that'll be really interesting. Everton get the better of Liverpool, then they will probably be then considered top 4 contenders for sure. And Newcastle have a good team. No time to get a different manager. Maybe an Eddie Howe. I mean, there's no point sacking him now. So Nike is originally a Greek name for a goddess. Well, yes, must be. 0-0 Curtis so far. There's chances to either side. Bamford had a header just over the bar. That's probably been the best chance of the game so far, as Meslier has also made a great save as well. So that means Nike is Greek. No, it just means the name's Greek. Wow, that's, just means that the name is from the Greek goddess. Click. Here is... Oh, good save. Dallas with the shot. Trying to find the top corner, and a good save from Aaron Ramsdale, who signed from Bournemouth. Really good save. Plays a great... Click gives it to him. Plays the 1-2 with Harrison, and then takes a touch and tries to find the top corner. Really nice save by Ramsdale. Apparently the word Oreo is Greek as well, somebody told me. I'm not sure on that one. I don't know a lot about Greek mythology or anything like that, but yeah, ball comes in and tries to find Cooper, but could not do anything about it. I think 1-0 Leeds. Yeah, it could be 1-0 Leeds. But I've gone 2-1, Jeremy. That's very cunning home review. Because it's cunning. Thanks so much everyone who has tuned in so far. I really do appreciate it. Just having a look how we're doing. We are doing very, very well. Ayling going to take this throw in. So a lot of these players were here before Bielsa, like Ayling, Cooper, Phillips, Dallas. They were all there before he came. So it's interesting to see how he's adapted to those players, because he hasn't signed many players in his first season. He really dealt with the same squad that he had before. And it's amazing to see how far Bielsa has taken the side that was pretty average the season before. I think Oreo is good in Greek, but I'm not sure. What do those little videos of team news? What do you do those little videos of news, or will you keep on doing live streams? It'll be a mixture. It'll be a mixture. It'll be a mixture of both. I'll still be doing news and stuff. I have a video planned for Thursday, which is the Champions League draw. So that's something to look forward to if you're into that kind of thing. Is there a refresh? Here's Baldock! Great save by Meslier. I'm not sure why it's so fuzz, like... Not sure why it's so unclear. About three quarters of our players before he came. Yeah, definitely. It's good to see that he's managed to get a tune out of some players that other managers didn't get a tune out of, which is really interesting. They just shown the save. Really good save by Meslier. He's made 2 really good quality saves. Not a big fan of Steve McManaman. I'm sure most of you aren't a fan of Steve McManaman. Nobody really likes Steve McManaman. Ball comes in. Oh, Ampadu, he's down. Nothing given by the referee. I'm sure VAR will check it, but looked like there was a pull. He's probably going to be checked. Could that be a penalty? Just have a look at it again. No, I don't think there's enough in that. No, definitely not enough in that. No, I don't think there's enough in that from... I think it's Dallas on Ampadu. Definitely not enough in that for me. Here is Ayling. Harrison. Hope Leeds can do better in the second half. I mean, they've probably been on the back foot, I would say, because they've had two great chances, Sheffield United. Really, two very good chances. And the keeper's made two very good saves. And I feel like that could be really chances that they will regret missing later down the line if they don't take the next one. But half-time is upon us nearly. We have 3 minutes until the break. Daniel O'Toole, Patrick Bamford is my ankle. Thank you so much for tuning in, Daniel. How are you doing? It's very, very cool. Very, very cool. Because Bamford was originally at Chelsea, wasn't he? And then he went to Middlesbrough. My close to moderator. Well, you know, I'm not really looking for moderators at the moment, so I'm not sure. Roberts. Helder Costa. And his cross is blocked and it will be a throw-in. Takes it short. Here is Koch. Click. Tyler Roberts. Helder Costa. Click. Phillips. He's going to go out wide and does with Ayling. Ayling's ball in, headed away by Ampadu. Here comes Sheffield United with Lundstrom. Finds Oliver Burke. They're a bit stretched here and they're still going. Find him! He shoots and takes the wrong option. Definitely should have gone with David McGoldrick, and that is out for a throw-in. Definitely should have given it to McGoldrick there. Very selfish from Oliver Burke. I have a subscriber called Jeff, right? And he's always like, do a Sheffield United game. Do a Sheffield United game. And he's not been in today. And I've done a Sheffield United game for the first time since he's been asking. Interesting. Sheffield should get some good signings. They really like what they want. They really know what they want, if you know what I mean. And they're very, very particular on who they get. It's white bits of Oreo mixed in with ice from an ice cream. Is it actually? I never knew that. But surely it isn't, because they wouldn't melt. It would just melt, wouldn't it? I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not an Oreo expert. Shame that he's not in today. Yeah, it is. But end of the day, see how many teams I've done so far. So I've streamed Everton, I've done Leicester, I've done Arsenal, haven't done Liverpool, haven't done Palace, done Leeds, done Tottenham, done Brighton, about to do Newcastle, done Southampton, done West Brom, done Fulham. So I've done like a fairly, like, it'd be nice to get like every club done at least a couple of times from the Premier League this season. That would be really nice to show that I do cover like a mixture of the teams. Status will be a 4-3 now, unless it's an amazing second half. Yeah, it would be incredible if it did finish 4-3 from here, considering it's 0-0 at the break. Well, it's almost the break. Hey Mike, are you a Leeds fan? Hi Sid, thank you for tuning in. No, I'm not a Leeds fan. I don't support Leeds. I just am a football fan who covers all football on my channel and do a lot of live streams. But I do not support Leeds. No, but I do like Leeds. Phillips is a good player, so he should be doing better in this match. I mean, he obviously can't play like amazing every game, but yeah, he will probably do very well in the next few seasons. McGoldrick, after a great run by Sander Berge. Lundstrom goes out wide. Osborne. Back to Lundstrom. Lundstrom goes out wide. Finds Ender Stevens. Battling with Harrison. Harrison does really well. Here's McGoldrick to Sander Berger. Does really well. Gets it in and it's straight to Ayling. And that is half time. So at half time at the break, it is Sheffield United 0, Leeds United 0. So some good saves on either side from Meslier and from Ramsdale have kept both sides level, and that is how we go at the break. So at half time it is 0-0. So thank you so much for everyone who's tuned in so far. I don't usually take a break at half time. I usually just carry on, so feel free to get your questions in if you are new. Is there a team you really hate or a team you dislike the most? Yes. Sure, some of you will know who that is. There's a couple of teams I'm not a big fan of. But yeah, there is a couple of teams. Southgate need to cap Bamford before I do. But would he get a game? Because you've got Harry Kane, we've got Rashford as well. We've got Danny Ings, who had a very, very good season last season, of course, scoring lots of goals. So he's obviously going to be an option as well. We've got Greenwood, who can play up front as well. Tammy Abraham, who's at Chelsea. So I'm not sure there is really a place for him at the moment unless he did very well. And Dominic Calvert-Lewin is going to get into the England squad, surely. I feel like that's just it's a given that he's going to be in the England squad because he scored so many goals so far this season, and he's also been positioning very well, getting himself into the right areas. So yes, I'm certain that Calvert-Lewin will be called up, probably in replacement of Mason Greenwood, who won't be called up for a while due to his antics. So yeah, hey Mike, I'm a Leicester fan. Your thoughts on our fantastic team and club? So yeah, I think Leicester are a very, very well run club. I was live when the helicopter crash happened. I went live and we spoke about it for a while, and it was horrible. We had so many people watching. It was very, very, very upsetting. And then the news came in. Obviously, Hannah Prava had passed away, and that was very, very sad as well. But yes, I really like Leicester. Hereford, the team I support, got promoted at what's now the King Power Stadium back in 2006, and in 2008 and 9 played each other in League One. It's amazing what they have done, and to win the league in those circumstances was just absolutely incredible. So yeah, I really do like Leicester. So yeah, Leicester are a very, very good club. So have a look at see if there's any games at half time. Any half times in any of the other games. I know that it's a game in Scotland. So half time here is 0-0 between Sheffield United and Leeds. That's obviously the game we're watching. And Ligue 1, there is a game between Bordeaux and Nice, which is 0-0. There is a game in the Eredivisie between Feyenoord and Den Haag, which is 3-2 to Feyenoord. Motherwell are 3-0 down at home to Rangers, who have had a great start. Jones and 2 penalties from Tavernier has made it 3-0, which has put Rangers 4 points clear of Celtic, who have 2 games in hand. In Spain, this game already finished. Osasuna lost 3-1 at home to Levante. I don't think we have any games in any of the other leagues. Oh, there's a game in League One between Lincoln and Charlton. That game is a 3 o'clock kickoff. There's also we're also going to have Concord versus Harrogate in the FA Trophy, but that's been postponed as well. There are some women's games taking place in the Championship and the FA Cup. So I think there was a game yesterday between Tottenham and Arsenal won that 4-0. And the rest of the quarterfinals are Everton women versus Chelsea women, Brighton women versus Birmingham women, and Leicester City versus Manchester City women. Do you play fantasy football? So no, I don't play fantasy football, and everybody asks me if I play fantasy football, and the answer is no most of the time. But I'm thinking about having a league next season. If I grow enough and have enough people interested, that'd be really good. I'm not sure how it all works stuff, so I do have to ask. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing that next season. So Jeremy, Chelsea signed Edouard Mendy from Rennes this week, and he will be the replacement for Kepa, and he will probably be starting from next weekend and probably be the number one going forward. So they have rectified the Kepa problem. It's just how good Rennes are, how good Ed Mendy from Rennes is, and that is something that obviously we don't know. And the last keeper they signed from Rennes was Peter Cech, which is probably one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League history. He was kept the lowest amount of goals conceded in one season, which is 15 back in 04-05, which is just unbelievable. From where are you? So I'm from England. I'm from a small town on the Welsh border, and now I live in a place called Exeter in Devon. So yeah, that's where I live currently. Yeah, but England mainly. So the people watch and like see my house in the background, like they see my poster and they see my graphic of my old dog, and where the other one is where I have my new dog, who's very sleepy because I took him for a walk as soon as I got home. So I've actually been to work today. For those who don't know, I finished at about 9:15. I finished. So yeah, very quick day. I usually finish about 12, but on Sundays it's much earlier finishes. How many more minutes to the second half? I'm not sure. You live alone? No, I live with my girlfriend and some of her family. No, I live with my girlfriend. I wish Ronaldinho back in the day played in the Premier League. In my opinion, one of the best players ever. Definitely skill-wise. Yeah, he was quality, wasn't he? He was very, very, very good. But it's just not. It just doesn't. You know, when they're at places like Barcelona and Real Madrid and they're happy there, there's just not really a way of getting them back or to the Premier League if they're happy there. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense. So we should be around sort of 6 or 7 minutes. We should be getting back to the next half, I would say. But yeah, Ronaldinho was quality. Definitely really liked him when I was younger, but he has since been in prison. So interesting little thing this game. Yeah, it's not been too bad. Two sides that will want the win. Leeds will want to get their first points on the board away from home, of course, and Sheffield United will want to get their first points since the start of the season. So that is why they'd want to win the game. What was Ronaldinho in prison for? So he was in prison for using a fake passport, i.e. fraud. Luckily it wasn't anything horrible. Oh, Sheffield United versus Bristol. I'm brother supports Chef. Finley Edmonds, number 17. Thanks so much for subscribing, dude. I really appreciate it. Leeds are a bit overhyped in my opinion because of their history in Bielsa. It's a pretty average team overall. Okay, so I'm going to say something quite controversial. The team isn't that great. There's not many many players in the side that will go on and play in the top 6. Phillips, maybe. People like Bamford, Roberts, and people like Ayling and Cooper aren't going to do that. However, Bielsa gets the best out of those players to be able to be at this level. So yeah, I don't feel like Bielsa's... they are... But if you get the best out of them, then they're not overhyped. And that's exactly what Bielsa is doing. When is your next watch along? Just before 2 o'clock, I'm going to go live for the Newcastle Tottenham game. Rich, thank you so much for tuning back in. Leeds are overhype. Agree, Rich. They're really, really coming into their own a little bit with how they play. Sid, thank you so much for subscribing, dude. I really do appreciate it. Really do appreciate the subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed, feel free to do so or get involved in the chat if you are new. I'd really appreciate it. Is there any other team that's your favourite that's in the different league apart from the English League? No, there isn't. Because I'm not really a big, I just support... No. I have a team that I support from a different league, but it's not football, it's baseball. Leeds need to sign Nick Grew. I don't know who that is. Adil, thanks for tuning in though. Adil, how you doing, my friend? Thanks so much for joining the stream. What is the lineup for Spurs? So the team hasn't been revealed, I don't think. I think it's usually done an hour before kickoff, so we'll keep an eye on if Bale starts or not, which I'm assuming which is what you're wondering. Tottenham. Team news coming up, so it should be in the next couple of minutes. We should hear what the team lineup. I will keep an eye on it for you, Sid. Bristol City versus Sheffield Wednesday kicks off soon. Is that? I must have missed that. Oh, there's 2 games today. Sorry, Bristol City versus Sheffield Wednesday and Bournemouth versus Norwich. Be a good game, Sheffield Wednesday and Bristol City. That's something to definitely look forward to. Peter, thank you for tuning in. Peter Haylock. Do you share the match? No, I don't. You're at Lee Chappie. Lee Chappie's the Jamie Vardy lookalike, isn't he? Right? And he is a Leicester fan and does Leicester. He has Leicester channel. Do you rate Mourinho? No, he's past it. He's not good enough anymore. He's lost it. He's not what he was. Villa will do a Leicester. You really think so? I think when Bale played his first game, it will be 0-0 tonight with me, and he will score a last-minute goal. Not a Tottenham fan, but I like to see things like that, hype the fans up. There'll be no fans in the stadium, no, will it? Well, so it won't be as good. But yeah, I mean, maybe. So it is 3 o'clock, so I will definitely keep an eye on the Tottenham team. Here we are. And Bale is not involved. It's Lloris, Doherty, Dyer, Sanchez, Davis, Højbjerg, Winks, Lo Celso, Lucas, Son and Kane. Reguilon, Hart are both on the bench. Alderweireld, Sissoko, Ndombele, Lamela and Bergwijn is the team. So yeah, not involved again, which is disappointing. Who do you support? I support Hereford, who play in the National League North. They're not very, very good. My favourite Premier League team is Manchester City, Panev. I subbed. Can I put my name up there? So it's not actually done by me. It's done by... If you have your subscriptions on public and you subscribe, it should go up into the corner. However, you must not have yours on public. So nothing I can do about it. It's just how it is. It doesn't show for everyone because not everyone has their subscription on public. But if you do, it does come up. Yes, Reguilon is on the bench. A lot of people talking outside, which is annoying. What club do you hate the most? Not a big fan of Manchester United or Liverpool. And Shrewsbury as well. I'm not a big fan of. I don't want any club to go out of business or anything like that. So, but yeah, those are the three. I hate West Ham and Everton. Interesting. Why do you support those two? Why do you not like those two even? Do you remember your actual thoughts and reaction when Leicester won the league? Probably shocked, I'm guessing. So yeah, I remember it like it was yesterday, right? So I met my girlfriend in August 2015. It's the first time I met her. And then we got together in October of that year, 2015, and I spent a lot of time with her, and that season that Leicester won the league. And then on Monday, when it was the Battle of the Bridge between Chelsea and Tottenham, Rodrigo is just coming on for Tyler Roberts. They're just changing it for Leeds. And I remember messaging my girlfriend being like, oh my God, Leicester have won the league, Leicester have won the league. And she's like, oh, that's great. And I'm like, no, you have no idea how much this means. This changes everything. This gives hope to Hereford that they could get into the Premier League one day. This gives hope to Leeds that they could once again win the league. It changes everything. And yeah, I was super excited for him. I couldn't believe it. I've never seen anything like it, and I probably will never see anything like it again. You know, because to beat a team in one game is shocking, but to go the whole season and win the league is just absolutely incredible. I hate Birmingham, Leicester, Wolves and West Brom. I've been to all of their grounds besides Wolves. Leeds, we all hate Liverpool, Manchester United, Fulham and QPR. That will be your reaction when Villa win it this season. Never seen anything like it. I couldn't believe it. I know it was expected. And my dad kept every time Leicester scored, he texted me, can they? And I'm like, no. And then they beat City and I said, yes, they will win the league. That changed it. That City game when they won at City, Robert Huth scoring twice and then Mahrez scoring the third one, that changed the game. Because that everyone went, Howard Acosta with a shot, great save by Ramsdale. That changed it because everyone was like, okay. Leicester the season before that were bottom in April. Yeah, incredible. I thought they'd go down. They were rock bottom, and then they won pretty much. I think they were undefeated besides one game against Chelsea, who went on and won the league. Absolutely incredible. When Villa beat Liverpool, they were in the league. 2021. I mean, I'm not sure Villa will win the league. I've been to Villa a couple of times. Interestingly, I've been in the home end and the away end. The sad thing is I became a Leicester fan after the 2015-16 season. That is the biggest regret of my life. Yeah, I mean, it's you know, like it's you when you're young, you become fans just because of what happened and stuff. So if that season wouldn't have happened, you probably would support someone else. Villa nearly beat Liverpool last season. Was that when they conceded right at the end? Villa. And was it Marley scored the winner? I think it was just, like fairly close to the start of the season. Can't remember the home game though for Liverpool. Howard Acosta at Villa Park, 2 goals in the last few minutes, I think. Yes, yeah, there was I remember a really late goal. I think it was Mane. Just wondering what the hell is going on. There's so much like talking and stuff. people outside who are, I don't know what they're doing. It's tough sleep. It was tough sleep. Yeah, I bet it was. That proved that you could, really stick with the bigger sides though, which is really, really good. Like Brighton fans yesterday. Yeah, it is hard, but no one. It's not going to be the be all and end all, hopefully. Could you imagine, right? I'm just going to have a look. Right, could you imagine this. Let me have a look at the fixtures for is there a way I can see like all the fixtures? Bear with me, right? I thought of this scenario when I was in the walking the dog earlier. Why can I only go? Oh, sorry, that's right. Right, could you imagine Newcastle play Fulham on the final day? Right. Could you imagine if the winner of that stays up and the loser goes down, and then the final whistle goes and there's a bloody VAR decision and a penalty right at the end, like yesterday, and the winner stays up? Could you imagine that? That'd be a crazy way to end the season. Man United fans couldn't have been any lucky. It was a handball. Lucky though, because you didn't need to do that. Man United will be in that position. Somebody predicted Hereford to finish in the relegation zone on the forum I'm on. Man United versus who on the final day? I will check for you. I did just click off that. Man United have Wolverhampton Wanderers away on the final day. Manchester City are home to Everton. Liverpool have Crystal Palace. Leicester City will host Tottenham. Arsenal have Brighton and Hove Albion. Leeds United have West Brom, two sides who got automatically promoted last season. Here is Click. Looking for Rodrigo, who's come on, but Dallas puts the ball in. And it's behind from Ender Stevens, and will be a corner kick when we score 2 late goals against Forest. Imagine if we had VAR. It'd just be crazy, wouldn't it? Just be crazy if you had to wait on VAR to know if you've stayed up or not. You conceded the last. I feel bad for us. They conceded the last minute goal in every game after lockdown. That's a terrible run of form. Terrible run of form. Corner comes in. We've had over... I think we've had about 15 subscribers today. Thanks so much everyone who's hit the subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. Stayed up because of Hawkeye. Yeah, they did, literally. But having said that, things might have panned out differently if it wouldn't have happened. But who knows? Who knows? We lost again. Yes, I did see it was Tristan Abrahams with the goals for Newport. It's not a great start. McGoldrick gets the better of Phillips. Finds Oliver Burke. There is Lundstrom in the middle. He goes. Oh, he's totally wrong decision. He decided to backheel it and give it to Osborne when it was totally unnecessary. And he didn't find him. Really weird decision. Really weird decision. What are your Prem predictions? So I predicted Liverpool to win the league. The top 4 to be the same top 4 as last season. Well, this is at the start of the season. I think I predicted Brighton, Fulham and West Brom, I think. So that was my predictions. So yeah, that's what I thought at the start of the season. If you haven't already followed me on any of these socials, we'll get them back up. So Mike Talks Footy on Twitter. And we'll just refresh it. There you are. So subscribe now if you haven't already. Mike Talks Footy on Instagram. Mike Talks Football on Twitch for live streaming. And Mike Talks Footy on Twitter. We had a goal disallowed for handball in which the ref was like 5 to 10 yards away, gave the goal, and the linesman somehow noticed handball despite being players in front of him and being 30 years away. That doesn't sound great. They need more help though. Not just there, but in general. I I don't like the little the Leeds kit, the away kit. It's like green and black stripes, but like the green's like an emerald green, like a really dark green. This will be the first 0-0 in Premier League all season if it stays the same. Well, we are only on match week 3. We had I've already read that one. I did Fulham, West Ham, Man United to go down. Villa to win the league. Leeds to bottle the title, and Liverpool and City to win 3rd and 4th. That would be a very, very interesting season. Green is never good. It's not like a keeper green. It's like a really dark green. Click. Very good tackle by Jack Robinson. He is down now, but Helder Costa still got the ball. Finds Click. And saved by Ramsdale. What happened to Macclesfield? I did a video on it. It's had over 1,000 views, which is pretty good. So feel free to go and fish it out if you want to. But basically, they couldn't pay the money they owed. They owed John Askey, the former manager, £174,000, and they owed other people money, and they could not pay it. The people that had taken them to court over the money, so they were wound up in court, which means they no longer exist and have been liquidated. It is the same as a 94 away kit. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of it. It's different though. It's different though. Click, trying to find Rodrigo, but Basham cuts that out. And they lose the ball. Here's Bamford. Oh, he's done really well. Really well. Hit it. Good save. Comes back to him. And it's now out for a corner. Great chance. Only like green kits for keepers personally. I don't mind Yeovil's kits like the green and white. I quite like Forest green as well. I quite like their green. But I understand where you're coming from. Macclesfield have gone, what? No, they are my FIFA creative mode team. They're not going to be in FIFA this year. Unless they keep them in. But they're not going to be in it anyway, because they got relegated in the end, didn't they? I'm fair to say, shocked by this, 0-0 to say Leeds have considered 7 in 2 games. Yeah, they've been fairly good. I feel like they've probably been the better side in this second half, in my opinion. Ball comes in. There is Ramsdale with a great claim. I used to say how many like subscribers I like. Doesn't say. That's annoying. I thought it did. Oh, not sure. Not sure. Maybe tell me at the end. Right, so I'll go into my next messages. Bury and Macclesfield soon. There will be only a few teams left. It carries on like this. It is concerning at Southend as well. Who do you think will win? So I'm still going to stick with my 2-1 to Leeds. Leeds have been the better side in the second half so far. But here is McGoldrick. A bit stupid here. I haven't added the National League yet. I think you'd have to add National League North and South. And I think that's what puts them off. Because there's a lot of more movement in the non-league to the league in like terms of transfers and stuff. Which you'll get to learn all about next year, Jack, when you're in the National League. Basham crosses in, and I think it's Ayling gets it away from McGoldrick in the end. Oh, foul there on Dallas. Lundstrom's going to get a booking. What would you do if Man City get relegated to League 2 because of FFP? Well, they wouldn't, because they haven't done anything wrong, which is shown in the court. I can't wait. It will be a start of playing some teams who aren't even full time. Literally, that's literally what it's like. And you'll go to somewhere like our series in the league. You'll go to Altrincham, and you'll go to Altrincham because it's local, and you'll be like, oh, this will be nice. We'll win here, like the first or second game of the season, and you'll lose 2-0, and it'll be like, welcome to non-league football, where you lose the teams you're unheard of. If Bolton go down, they won't bounce back. Oh no, of course they would. Of course they will. It would be incredible if Bolton got relegated. Cooper. We've got about just over half an hour to go in this game. It's still 0-0. Osborne. McGoldrick back to Osborne. Nice 1-2 played by the Blades. Out wide to Basham. Probably looking to cross it in. He's turned back. He's going to give it to Osborne. Osborne plays a nice 1-2. Here is now Baldock. Burke, and here is Lundstrom back to Baldock. Lundstrom. Ender Stevens with a shot saved by Meslier. And will Basham get there first? No, Harrison will get there first. And he only gives it to Baldock, who can't control it, and it's out for a Leeds throw-in. Imagine if Chorley. Yeah, Chorley's another example of Chorley in the National League North. But yeah, you'll go there and you'll be like, this will be a comfortable win, and you'll lose. Like when Hereford lost to Highgate the second game of the season in the Tier 9. If Man City don't win the league, who else would you like to see it? So if City didn't win the league, who would I like to see win the league? I'd like to see Everton win it, to be fair. That was a strange one. Our stadium is one of the biggest in League 1. Never mind, International League and League 2. It would be weird. Although, if West Ham got relegated, they'd have a massive stadium in the Championship. That would be crazy. Harrogate away, can't wait. That'd be a tough game. Tough game against Harrogate. Harrogate have got a film coming out, which I've recorded. I think it's on Friday night, about how lockdown and getting ready for the playoff stuff. My drink always smells of the fresh fruit and veg that's in the not fruit but fresh veg in the fresh fruit in the fridge, which is always next to. Harrogate will be a tough test. It sure will. Bolton would not even be in the first round of the cup if they did. Yeah, like everyone else who's in the National League. I mean, we're talking about something that probably won't happen. Ayling. Whoa. Here is Dallas. He's gone round the keeper. Basham just gets it off the line. Biggest chance so far. A little bit more on it, and it definitely would have been 1-0. Here is Rodrigo. I think Everett was a strange managerial appointment. I was surprised as well. Ayling shot wide. I was surprised as well, but he did amazingly well at Barrow, right? And he played a nice style of football. He got the best out of a fairly average budget. So I can understand that. However, he hadn't had any experience, but he is an up-and-coming manager. There is pros and cons to appointing a young manager, and at the moment, it's not doing too good. But it could be worse. They could have, I don't know, somebody awful. Sammy Lee, was he in charge of Bolton? Well, I imagine that. He didn't do very well, did he? Bolton are going to be in the conference next season. I don't think they will be, but maybe. If you haven't already, feel free to give the video a like. I would really appreciate it. And also subscribe if you are new. We are nearly at 4,660 subscribers. I'm convinced that some of his transfers weren't his weren't his choice. Why is that, Jack? You signed a lot of good players. You signed people like Sarkovic, who I was really impressed with, and some others that I can't think of. We also signed Jack Hickman, which I thought was a really weird move. I'm a West Brom fan. I'm gutted about yesterday. I really like West Brom because I went to West Brom once, and I was in the away end. Actually, I was in the Southampton end, and yeah, I had a nice time because I've been quite close to it. A few last year. Yeah, last year I went to Sandwell, which I think is near West Brom, near the Hawthorns. I think Sandwell's near the Hawthorns, to pick up a car for my girlfriend. Not sure I'm telling you that, but thanks so much for tuning in, dude. One of Hereford's former players that was on loan is now playing every week for West Brom, which is so I support Hereford. Darragh O'Shea was on loan at Hereford a few years ago, and now he's playing in the Premier League, which is great. Bolton have some of the biggest football YouTubers like Bogdan and Stuntpeg. Might say that about Hereford and me. Although I don't really talk about Hereford. I only talk about Hereford in my streams, but I don't cover Hereford at all. And trust me, if I need to make a Hereford video, something's gone totally wrong. We signed a load of players in the National League and not many with league experience, to be fair. Hickman has actually played well when he's played. It's really good to hear he's been doing okay. However, what I will say is, if Everett has been in the National League, right, he would be looking at players next season for Barrow, and he'd be looking around that sort of level because their budget wouldn't be so considerable. And also, he would know those players as well, so I can understand that a little bit. 30 people watching. Thank you so much, everyone who was tuning in. We started the stream 107 minutes ago. There will be a stream after this one, so keep an eye, your eyes peeled. Have your work, bro. Thank you so much, Link Gaming. How you doing, my friend? Here is Helder Costa, and he loses the ball to McGoldrick. Norwood. Berger. Might as well go out wide. It does go out wide. Good, thanks. That's great to hear. Barrow putting a plus play. Dallas is fouled, and that will be a free kick to Leeds. Who do I support? Or who does Jack support? Or who does Link support? I support Hereford. Barrow put a clause in the contract. No players allowed from Barrow currently contracted, and we're under an embargo. Right. So are things as rosy at Bolton as they seem? Or are they on quite a small budget still, Jack? The only player we've got who was under Everett last season was Tom White on loan. I see. Mike DeYong, I think I'll tune in. Mike, who do you think Leeds? Who do you think that Leeds and Sheffield are going to score? So I think it'll be a 2-1. I go to my local team, Hales Owen, often, and I went when. Assume it's going to be when Hereford played recently in the friendly. So a great cross in, and Rodrigo has just headed wide. I think that was Click with the or Dallas even. Spurs signing Spale and Reguilon. So they needed to sign some more players, and I feel like they're both going to improve the side. I am a little bit concerned that Spurs are going to finish outside the top 4. I'm really not a big fan of Mourinho. I think Mourinho's had it. Ball spent 250 grand just to get Everett. That's crazy. We played Hereford because my friend's uncle plays for you. Oh, who's that then? Hereford played recently and we lost. There's a few players who plays for Hales Owen that played for Hereford. I think Jamie Molyneux played there or did play there, and James Bowen also plays for Hales Owen. Dan Jones, yeah, so he signed this season. Really, really pleased with that sign. Interesting. Yeah, I'm a Hereford fan. I haven't actually been able to watch Hereford for over a year. Because last time I went was in August last year before I moved to Devon, and then I only went back home in December for Christmas, and I didn't have enough time because my girlfriend had work on Boxing Day, so I couldn't stay there for very long. And then I was planning on going back in April, and then obviously with the COVID and stuff. He is a good player, lots of EFL experience. Definitely, Mourinho is still good, just not at the quite level that he was before. Lost that insane aggression. I think Link, the game's moved on a little bit, and I'm not sure there's a place for Mourinho's football. However, what I will say is I feel like there's still a place for him in international football, but I don't think his tactics work that much anymore. You don't see. It's totally different to successful managers at the moment, who we consider the best managers in the world, have a totally different philosophy to Mourinho. And there's nothing wrong with having Mourinho's philosophy, but you don't see it at the top anymore too much. The only person I'd say who has that sort of defensive outlook is somebody like Simeone. Mourinho for England. Mourinho would be okay for England. Because he'd be okay because it's a knockout competition. He'd be able to put 10 men behind the ball and do it happily and scrape a goal, and that's it. So he could be somebody that we could look at in the future. Did you go to the Hales Owen game? Like I say, I've not been home since I've not been at home since since December. But I used to live not too far away, from about half an hour from Kidderminster, which I think is near Halesowen, if I'm not mistaken. Mourinho for England. I think he's bringing to play a different non-old Mourinho brand of football at Spurs. They played absolutely amazing. Here, Ben Osborne's shot is blocked by Cooper. I really did like the game against Southampton. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. One of the best games I've watched so far this season. Here comes the attack. Phillips to Click. Dallas is going to run over. Harrison making a run. Rodrigo blocked. Ampadu is down, and it's a head injury, so they had to stop the game. So there was a chance there for Leeds, where they have stopped the game due to the head injury, which I think is nice. Simeone is tactically inept in games they should be looking to win, rather than those that they need to part the bus. Yeah, I can see that, definitely. He's very good at what he does, but when that doesn't work, then it's a struggle. Personally, can't see Mourinho being appointed by the FA. No, he's very controversial. What I mean is somebody that's good at these knockout competitions, somebody that wins a lot of trophies, and that's Mourinho. Cosvlog, thanks so much for tuning in. How you doing? Feel free to check out Cosvlog if you haven't already. Fleetwood Vlogger. Obviously can't go to games at the moment, but was doing a Watchalong I popped into yesterday for a Fleetwood game. I couldn't not believe the FA Trophy run last season. Halesowen went on shame we got knocked out in the semis. Yeah, it was incredible. Especially in the league they're in, which is the Southern Premier Central, I want to say. Yeah, absolutely incredible. Fair play. Ipswich still top and will stay. I think you'll probably be in amongst it this season. The FA are only interested in yes men, in which Everett does not fall in that category. Not from Australia. My godmother lives in Australia, in a place called Gympie. If you know where it is, I think it's in New South Wales, I think, or Queensland. One of them, I'm not sure. FA are only interested in yes men, in which Everett does not fall into that category. Yeah, but sometimes you need to break the mould a little bit. I really like Southgate, but he's just not the one. Southgate, you're the one. He's not the one though, is he? You still turn me on. Football's coming home again. Halesowen owners have ambition to get to Conference North, which is the league Hereford are in. Yes. National League North. Which is an interesting league. There's a lot of teams that do very well on small budgets, and then teams on bigger budgets don't do so well. York are the biggest team in the National League North. But I feel like National League North's a weird target. It definitely should be aiming for the National League. Link, thanks so much for tuning in. Have a good evening or night. Sky Sports 14th of November will be Bolton versus Salford. Salford smashes 3-0. I will probably watch that. Former Huddersfield manager. Hang on. Harrison. Down the wing. Crosses it in. Oh, almost finds Bamford. About this much difference there. Really, really, really good ball. Yeah, so Davies Wagner's been sacked 2 games in, but they've been on an awful run and they just did lose 8-0 to Bayern Munich. Can't believe Kings Lynn got back-to-back promotions. No, it is crazy. I really wasn't expecting it. Harrison. Really starting to make inroads now. Leeds. Click. Rodrigo. Back to Click. He's going to knock it out wide. No, he goes back to Rodrigo. Rodrigo with a shot. And it is straight at Ramsdale. When I say it will be, I mean it's inevitable that we will be chosen. All right, I see. It's 14th of November, a international break. Need Leeds to win to keep West Brom out of the relegation zone. It's still early days, isn't it? Yeah, I won't worry about the relegation zone at the minute. Thanks for the stream. No problem. No problem. I have a stream later as well, so feel free to tune into that one. It is international. Right, that would explain why you're so optimistic. Not looking forward to the international break. It's not my thing. Billy Sharp is on. It's coming on here, and that is Oliver Burke coming off. David McGoldrick is coming off as well, and McBurney is coming off. So two substitutions up the front of the pitch to try and get a goal to try and win the game. Because it's still 0-0 despite Leeds' domination in this second half. Berger. Moved away. Baldock. McBurney does well. Out wide, Sander Berger. Still going. Puts it in, and there is Koch, put it away. And here is Cooper, and Cooper gets it away. And here come Leeds with Click. He goes out wide. Looking for Ian Pervader. Finds Ian Pervader. There is Rodrigo in the middle. Bamford's in the middle. Harrison's in the middle. He's still going alone. Shot is blocked. Government delaying plans for fans of stadiums could be a final referendum for clubs. Yeah, definitely. Definitely for a few. Particularly clubs that are already in court, like Southend. It's like, well, how can they go on? How can they go on with like that? We robbed Sheffield United by swapping Ollie Burke for Callum Robinson. Really weird. I was really surprised that they wanted Ollie Burke. Obviously, Chris Wilder must know what he's doing and knows what he's capable of, but I find it really weird. That's just me. Billy Sharp commits a foul, and it will be a free kick. We'd probably gone if COVID-19 was known as COVID-18. Yeah, it's really, really, really worrying. Really worrying. But hopefully there is some sort of financial package between the government and the Premier League clubs to help out the EFL National League clubs during this period of no fans. That would be really, really, really helpful. Clearly worked out as he got 2 goals against Chelsea yesterday. Yeah, I did watch the first half. Absolutely unbelievable from West Brom. Could not believe it. McBurney. Yeah, he looks better than I was expecting him to be fair. Ben Osborne's ball in, and it's a corner to Sheffield United. Corner kick to Sheffield United. Saw some things that COVID-19 already existed in animals. Ball comes in, headed away, and away by Rodrigo. And Rodrigo gets it away again, trying to find Bamford, and finds Bamford, and they're on the attack. Here's Ian Pervader. He's on his own, but Bamford's joining him now, as is Harrison, still going. Saved by Ramsdale. Puts the ball in again. Away. Harrison's got the ball again. I support the Blades anyway. Thank you much for tuning in, Galaxy. How you doing, my friend? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's a lot of pandemics stem from like people eating like meat and weird animals. Sometimes just from like pigs and like it's like swine flu and things like that. So yeah, a lot of these situations come from eating meat. We keep playing like that, then we'll be the next Leicester City. I mean, I'd probably focus on staying up. So it's a very dark green and a very dark blue. Very, very strange. I'm doing good. Thank you very much for tuning in, dude. I really appreciate it, Galaxy. Swine flu and SARS originated from animals. Yes. Ball comes in, headed away. Phillips. Harrison tries to find Ayling but doesn't, and it's a goal kick. Yeah, so a lot of them do come from diseases that animals carry. It's annoying that even though I don't eat animals, I can still get COVID-19 and other diseases in the future. But a lot of people are turning to like vegetarian diets and stuff. Galaxy Fox Gamer 99, thank you so much for hitting the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. On Hereford Phoenix Club, yes, they got wound up in court in 2014. Swine flu could have been a lot worse if it weren't for a vaccine being found so quickly. I mean, it was nowhere near as bad as this, though, was it? We weren't like in sort of as much trouble as we are now. But yeah, hopefully there's a vaccine being found for this. I think I read there's 10 in phase 3, which all seems very good. I don't think many people eat bats though. Alex, there's not just bats, but there's a lot of different animals that carry diseases. Billy Sharp and Cock does very well. There's a lot of animals that carry diseases, especially in places like China, where they eat loads of different animals, not just the typical ones we eat here, like pigs and cattle and chicken. In some places in China, they eat dogs, obviously, as some of you know, and they eat bats and rats and snakes and all sorts of things. Bulldog shot, and that is deflection, and that will be a corner. So yeah, it's a bit weird. When you think about it, it's a bit weird. It's all a bit weird. I remember playing FIFA 10 or 11, and Hereford were playing. Yes, they were in League 2 until 2012. More contagious than SARS, but number of cases in the UK for swine flu was less than the amount of deaths of COVID. Yeah, it was very, very down. China don't really have a good hygiene reputation for when it comes to food hygiene. No, definitely not. Ball comes in. Oh, I should have scored, McBurney. And then it was Robinson who should have scored. 2 chances there in one, and none of them could connect with the ball. Are Hereford showing any ambitions to push any higher? So the plans to get back into the Football League, I don't know how they haven't scored, particularly Robinson. The plan is to get back into the Football League, but with budgets being cut drastically due to the whole pandemic, it's really difficult to see how we're going to get back in any time in the near future. Sander Berger and Meslier will pick up the loose ball there. Animal markets are apparently the origin was a place where animals are traded illegally. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm vegan, so I'm not going to start preaching my thoughts on it, but it's all a bit weird. Because I know you hired a former player as your manager this season. Yes, Josh Gowling. Yeah, he was a player at Hereford and Carlisle and Kidderminster and Grimsby. I'm back, still no score yet. No, still no score yet. We've got about 8 minutes to go plus injury time. But currently heading out to a 0-0, which would be the first 0-0 of the season, I think. Yeah, nothing yet, but Blades can still do it. Yes, Blades certainly can still do it, as can Leeds and Purdue. Goes out wide, looking for McBurney. And here's Baldock, and he catches the keeper with studs, I think. He tries to get to the ball first, but it looks like he connected with Meslier with his boots because he was trying to stretch the ball. Technically, we've all had corona before, but not necessarily a specific one. Yeah, it's just a different strain. Oh, his studs doesn't go into his stomach. He does like pull his feet away, but But yeah, gut still really hurt. I was at the Hales Home versus Hereford match. He was proper raging on the touchline. Well, crap. I think we'll go down. See this being a draw. Well, it's looking likely, Mark. And Baldock is now down and receiving treatment. I thought of an idea around the whole fans not going in. Why don't they just stream the matches on the TVs and have the bars open? You don't need to stay on me. You can fit loads of people in. Do you play Fantasy Premier League? No. I'm thinking about doing it next year, like having like a proper league for the subscribers. So that's something I am considering doing. So if you're still around next year and I've grown enough to feel like I could do that, and that's something we're doing. To be fair, mate, it's one of those boring games. It's not been the best. It's been fine. There's been plenty of chances, but Ramsdale in particular has been very good. Here is Rodrigo looking for Bamford, but gives it to Bashman in the end. Do you stream often? I tend to stream. I think I've streamed twice every weekend, once every day of the weekend. I'm going to try and do a lot more streams to try and grow my channel. I'll still be here next year, of course. Baldock picks it up. Robinson out wide. Oh no, he's up. He's Billy Sharp. And Robin Koch brings the ball away. Here is Click. Looks like this can end up goalless. Yes. Ailing. Headed away. We played so bad yesterday that I turned it off after the second goal and did my homework. Whilst playing on full loop and full blast. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. I got some homework to do for college. If anyone fancies helping me writing 19th century fiction, feel free to put it in the comments. I'm surprised you haven't fallen asleep reporting on this game. Well, luckily I had loads of people chatting in the chat, so it's all good. Harrison. Dallas is shot straight at Ramsdale, who makes another save. So if you have a look at the statistics for this game, there's been 28 shots, 10 on target in total, and 7 on target for Leeds. So Ramsdale has made a lot of saves. Up the Blaze, as my boyfriend says. Cute. It's only 5 minutes to go. It just smells of peppers. Yeah, Bielsa screaming his instructions. I assume they're in English, but his English isn't great. Well, he could be shot. Here is Rodrigo. Rodrigo to Dallas. Dallas goes out wide. Harrison. And it's away. Yeah, Alfie's at the door, as you can see. Cute dog, thanks. Click. Rodrigo out wide. Harrison, he's got to get it on the nail. He does, and there's Bamford! Yeah! Goal! It is Patrick Bamford with the header. Finally, there is a goal, and it is Patrick Bamford with his 3rd goal in 3 games. He scored in every game so far, and it is a really, really good ball. I said he got to get it perfect, and he did. Straight on the head of Patrick Bamford, and it is 1-0 to Leeds. Harrison's cross in. Bamford with a run, very nice, into the opposite corner of the referee. And it is 1-0. Even though I'm from the US, I support my boyfriend's team and I always support the Blades. Nice. Are you both from the US? Or it's like what makes him support Sheffield? that helps West Brom get in. It's not a good start for Sheffield United this season. That'll be our fourth. If it stays to this, it'll be our fourth loss in a row. Pervader. No 0-0s yet. Nope. Rodrigo. Ooh. Leeds have won this now, funny enough. Bamford is an ex-Chelsea player, isn't he? Yes, he is an ex-Chelsea player. Sheffield United won season wonder. I mean, it's early days, but it looks like they will be one of the teams that struggle. But they didn't have a great start last season, I don't think. I feel that Sheffield United might be on their way down, not playing well. It's early days. But I feel like they might struggle. I'm from the US, but I'm hoping to move to the UK to live with my boyfriend in Doncaster. Nice. Yorkshire's Yorkshire. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. It's nice. Hopefully you can do that as long as he's nice. It's very nice. My girlfriend's from the town over. To be fair, second syndrome. Yes, I'm back, my friend. Just scored as we scored. Yes, it was Bamford. Oh, right. I think I understand now. Ooh. Corner kick. Ampadu puts it out, and it will be a corner kick to Leeds. We're going into stoppage time. Alfie! There are a lot of nice people in Yorkshire. There is a lot of nice people. Rodriguez, thank you for tuning in. Thank Leeds. So Alf. Yes, there is a lot of nice people in Yorkshire. I've never been to Yorkshire. I think the furthest north I've been is... Oh, Rodrigo's coming off after coming on, and Alioski will be coming on. I wish I could watch the game on my Xbox, but I don't actually know how to download to actually watch the game. Stephen Gerrard is doing well in Scotland, isn't he? Yeah, sort of, but sort of doing well, but they have got some subs, some games in hand. Celtic stream the game later. I will be doing the next game. Rangers leading 5-1. That's really, really good. They just got the ball in the corner here. Leeds. Here's Bamford. Does really well. Puts it in, and there is Ramsdale. So 0-0 is Bristol City versus Sheffield Wednesday, and Rangers won 5-1 as you said. Still 0-0. Still 1-0, sorry. I will literally be a few seconds. So there's 5 added minutes, but as soon as that's up, I need to race downstairs, let the dog out and get a drink, and then I'll be up ready to stream the next game. Apparently Bolton ain't top of the Corona League anymore. Who's top of the Corona League now? Because Bolton are really, really high, so it must be somebody very, very high. So I'm just making the... Here is Osborne, Basham, Osborne straight at the keeper. So I'm just getting the scoreboard ready for stream in a minute. Blackpool, I think. Apparently Burnley. Interesting. How many minutes? So we got 2 added minutes. See you in a minute later, pal. I will put the link in for the next stream. Just so you've got it. So if you all want to hang out in there, that'd be really great. here is the next one. So yeah, so feel free to join the stream afterwards for the next one. So it looks like we've got 90 seconds to go. And then the game will be over. And it is a disappointing start to the season for Sheffield United. And it will be early days, but it does look like they will struggle this season after an amazing season last season. I know, and I think that's something that you don't want to forget is how well they did, because they did incredible. They did incredible, and it's amazing how well they did. And I feel that that's something that I don't want to be forgotten. But once the season starts, it's all new, and it doesn't matter how well we did before. The season's over and the season's new, and no matter how you did, it doesn't matter. It has no bearing on this season, the season before, really. So yeah, so join me for the second stream. I'd really appreciate it. So you've got that already. My uncle scored. That's great. Obviously, Mike covering this. Bet he ran around his room when Bamford scored. Yeah, literally. Yeah, I couldn't contain my excitement. I couldn't contain my excitement at all. Absolutely love 37 points to be safe. There we are, full time. Thank you so much for everyone who tuned in. Please join my stream for in a minute. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Thanks so much for all the subscribers as well, and I will see you in a minute.